Hi everybody, it's Lisa and Carol at Big Cat Rescue in Tampa, and this is the project that is currently going on over here. You see our interns working on. This was a former wedding site, and the arch has been moved down the road there. They're going to keep that intact and use for something else, but now they're tearing up the wooden platform. And I was trying to help, not very successfully. Upper body strength is not my skill set. So
look at those guns.
If you never see me swing an axe, you didn't miss a single thing. So I made like a couple little chips in the wood. And before we did this, we were unloading all the mush that got delivered today.
Oh my goodness.
So we got our workout today. So those of you that don't know what mush is, it is basically all the parts of the cow, it looks somewhat like ground beef, but not exactly. And it is what is really nutritionally good for the cats, kind of like taking their vitamins. So they get mush, I believe, almost every day except when they're fasting, of course. And so they come in great big blocks, and I don't remember how many blocks were in the box, but I just know it was heavy when we were lifting them off the pallet, and we got
40 pounds each.
40 pounds? Okay. And we got
20 pounds less than the bucket of poop you carry.
Well, there you go. So 3 pallets delivered today. So that it's always interesting when you come and volunteer, and you're not here every day like the interns. I always see something new and different every time I come. So today I got to experience mush delivery and what that looks like. And I also did food prep, and then I helped with inventory, which I also had not done before. So I got to see that process. So every day's a learning experience. So makes it fun and interesting. So I thought today I would show you something that we used to do when we did tours, and it's actually right across from where they're working here, so you're going to hear some sounds of axes hitting wood, and also Beecher
screaming. Hey.
Beecher's commenting on the work, I guess.
He wants to help. I can swing an axe.
I did go over and sing his song to him a little bit this morning, and yeah. If I'm ever going by and I see a cat, I try to got some time in with Jinx too, of course.
So just right here?
Yeah, so maybe if we just pull in and I'll take him over to the tiger enclosure. I guess we could talk about the memorial wall too, maybe give them the whole. So this is like what you're missing not being able to come here in person and get a tour. So I was thinking today about the things that we used to do when I was giving tours, and thinking about the parts that you miss. Sorry, I'm getting sweaty and slippery again. It's really hard. I know you're not supposed to touch your mask once you put your mask on, but it keeps getting slippery. So when we would give tours, we would end up here, and the guests would sit here, and we'd make sure it was shaded, and there's a water area over there too. So they would sit here, and then I would give everybody that was giving tours, we'd give what's called the end speech. And what we were telling them basically is about the Big Cat Public Safety Act. And I'm sure we still have some cards over here. So pull one of those out so we can get a close up. All right.
We should probably take those inside.
Yeah.
After we're done.
But anyway, I'm going to leave this up for a moment while I talk. And those of you that are regulars, I'm sure, have already made the call of the wild for us many times, and we very much appreciate that. But those of you who might be new to Big Cat Rescue, what you need to understand is one of the things that separates us from a lot of other facilities that have big cats and claim to be doing something to conserve big cats. If they're breeding, they are not doing anything for conservation. So the goal of the Big Cat Public Safety Act is that breeding does not exist anymore of these big cats. They're meant to live in the wild. Breeding them here does nothing to conserve them. They are not native to the area. They cannot be released. They will just live a life in captivity. And just to give you an idea of what that life in captivity could look like, we always pointed this out at the end of tours. This is the size of enclosure that the USDA says is sufficient for a full-grown lion or tiger to spend its life in. I'm just going to let that sink in for a moment, let you look at this. And those of you that know us and follow us know the size of our enclosures that we have for our cats, the smallest one being 1,500 square feet, all the way up to vacation rotation, which is 2.5 acres. So imagine, I don't think any of us would be comfortable living in this our entire life, and we're nowhere near the size of a tiger or lion. So I apologize, my neck keeps slipping here. I'm going to figure out a way to tighten this up a little bit. So the wording is to make normal postural and social adjustments with adequate freedom of movement. Translated, that basically means the cat has to be able to stand up, turn, and sit back down again. And the other really awful part of this is usually there's nothing in the way of comfort included in that enclosure. It wouldn't have bedding or anything soft. It would be usually metal or cement, concrete, because it's easier to clean that off when you're cleaning up after the cats. So many times standing on those surfaces creates real issues for the cats, arthritis and so forth. So just an awful existence, and cats are often kept too close together in these types of enclosures as well, and with not much space, too much space between the cage wire, so that other cats.
We actually put wire over the top of that.
Oh, okay.
You can see we put that.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So these big bars were the only things that would have protected.
Yeah. So you can see how I can put my hand in there. Yeah. It's funny, it still feels wrong to do that. Even though there's no cat here, I just had a moment of, oh, I shouldn't do that. It's funny how, you get that in your brain. So anyway, I just wanted to give you a chance to see this. Those of you who have never had an opportunity come and take a tour here and visit us, just because that was a really important part of the tour that we always ended with. And hopefully this has been up long enough that everybody's had a chance to see. If not, you can definitely get that on our website. And I know that Deb, I'm sure, is doing the awesome job that she does on these lives. So yeah, definitely keep making those phone calls. There's a lot of good forward momentum right now. So definitely keep that pressure up. Squeaky wheels get the grease. Phone calls are the thing that really get attention, more so than signing a petition or sending an email. Those kind of things can get lost easily. So keep making those phone calls and educate. I think that people are generally good. For the most part, I think they just don't realize the difference between this and what we have here at Big Cat Rescue. And I think if they're educated and they understand that difference, that they definitely don't want to see any living creature suffer like that. I just think most people are better than that. So I like to think of the glass half full kind of person. So let me think. Who else? Should we go see somebody else while we're here? Let me see. I was thinking about actually maybe we saw Perfection last time, so maybe we should go back to your cart actually. As I was thinking, maybe the Caracals. I don't think they've been. Carol and I were talking before we started about the possibilities of school, and it's beginning to look more and more as if that might not happen.
It's facing you.
Okay. Looking as if, oh, the memorial wall. Thank you, Deb. I knew there was something else I was going to do over here. I'm going to blame it on, I don't know, old age or something. That I meant to do that. I knew there was something else over here. So this is our memorial wall. So every cat that has been at Big Cat Rescue and passed on is represented here. So this was something else that guests would have an opportunity when they took the tour to come and visit and take a moment, especially if they had a favorite cat, just take a moment to remember and honor. And of course, Big Cat Rescue's been here since 1995, so that's a lot of years. 92, sorry, Carol is telling me 92. That's a lot of years to be rescuing cats. And they generally would come here older and with health issues, so that is another reason that it's somewhat like hospice for many of the cats when they arrive here.
And whenever we do a rescue, we always take the oldest and the sickest because we can afford to take care of them, whereas most of the sanctuaries can't. Everybody's calling out their favorite cat names.
Yeah. you know, it was funny. We were standing over here waiting for the boys to get back with the equipment, and she was very intently watching us like, why are you standing there? What are you getting ready to do? And then I guess she got tired of waiting on us because it took too long. Because we got called to go take care of the mush. And then I guess she just lost interest after that. So. Well, we're going to make our way over to our Caracals. Because I feel like Caracals are just that so interesting cat, but not as well known as a lot of the other cats. Species. Everybody knows lions and tigers and leopards and cougars and even to a lesser degree bobcats and servals, but Caracals, that's oh yes, Hoover. So you're calling out some more of the cats. Oh, Deb's explaining what's going on. So I want to assure everybody, when we started working on taking that wedding arch down, before we started at it with the axes, I said a little something over it. I said, here's in honor of all the people who got married here. I don't want you, I hope your marriages remain intact even though we're tearing up this platform today. So. Aww. I think we've stirred up a lot of memories, Carol. The memorial wall, yeah. But it is a really lovely tribute to all of the cats and very peaceful place. We're being watched by Kimba. We're not coming your way, Kimba. So Daniel wants to know if Flint and Nabisco are doing well with their tunnel.
Flint is spending all of his time in the tunnel, and Nabisco is over it.
Yes.
He does not care anymore about Flint.
The last thing I observed when I cleaned last Sunday is they had given him that firecracker enrichment, and he was in the tunnel and he had that red stuff from the enrichment all over his face. He just looked so silly.
Maybe that was the last straw for Nabisco. It's like, oh, you are such a slob. I don't want to share a space with you.
Hi, Cyrus. So our Caracals are Cyrus and Chaos. Cyrus is male, Chaos is female. And they came from the same breeder as Zucari, who we saw last Sunday. Hello, handsome. He's going to let you enjoy his handsomeness for a minute. They're truly beautiful, beautiful cats.
Kelly says she hopes we can open soon, but that's not going to happen in Florida anytime soon.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So I want to recommend, as we're admiring Cyrus, any of you out there who have any interaction with children of your own, grandchildren, nieces, nephews, I really do think that most likely school is not going to open as soon as they would like it to, and it's really important to enrich those children's lives. This is a really good opportunity to do that. I know it's really a struggle for families going through this right now and trying to keep up with school at home, but break it up a little bit with some outside the curriculum. Have them pick a cat species to learn about, do a compare and contrast between two cat species, learn the geography, learn where the habitats of the cats. There's so many ways to go deeper with learning about animals, right? And I know there's even children who have done birthday party Facebook donation pages and that kind of thing, so children can still be powerful in supporting the cats.
Everybody's loving your ears.
Yes. It look like you need a sickle about now, Cyrus. So we do pass out sickles to the cats because of the extreme heat here. And just like you and I might like to have a popsicle when it's hot, but their flavors are a little bit different. Their preferred flavor is blood. And next comes probably tuna and then maybe sardine. And there is even chicken, I believe some of them have. So if you're wondering how do we make those sickles, when I was doing food prep today, whenever we have red meat, there's obviously blood involved, you know, in the container where the meat is. And so instead of emptying that out, when we clean out the container, that gets poured into a special jug and gets saved, so that can be used to make blood sickles.
There's Elisa on here who was thanking you for all those ideas for her kids.
Oh, great, yeah. You know, gosh, there's so many. You can compare fiction and nonfiction, you know, read something like Jungle Book and then compare that to, you know, an actual black leopard or tiger. So I just did some educating today, Carol. A good friend of mine posted something on Facebook, and it wasn't her word. She was posting because this photographer had gotten these amazing photographs of clearly a black leopard in India, but what she had posted, they were calling it a black panther. So I politely said, you know, may I use this post to educate a little, and you know, and then went ahead and explained those differences. So fortunately, black panther is one of those terms that just has become so common that people use it and don't think about whether it really describes the cat or whether it's really a species. So that panthera is a general descriptor of the greater cats. So the cats that are black naturally in the wild are either leopards or jaguars, and they still have spots. And those of you that have gotten a chance to see our lives and see Jinx, you have gotten a chance to see his spots through his dark fur.
Lost my focus there for a minute.
Oh, Daniel, you always want to know. He wants that information about Singing Sunday. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and share with you too that this, at least I believe today, is going to be my last Friday. It all depends on how things go forward with school. I'm going to be out of town the 24th through the 31st. I'm going to be visiting family up in Ohio. Hopefully that goes well. Haven't gotten in an airplane since all this started, so it's a little bit, and we're taking the plunge because really missing a lot of people up there. And then when I get back, we're supposed to start school August 3rd, teachers, and then students August 10th. But we shall see if that ends up happening. So that's all I can say. And I'll also miss one Sunday. I will not be here the last Sunday in July. So it's going to be a bye week for Singing Sunday. So to answer your question, Daniel, it is going to be Gilligan this week.
And we just got a question about how Gilligan's doing.
Because he's back and he's doing better. So yeah, definitely want to go visit Gilligan on Sunday. He looked good this morning when I went by. He was relaxing. He has this little corner. Oh, hi, Julie. Friend from Ohio. He has a little corner back close to the, you know, the cave structure that he likes to sit in, and he was just relaxing back there.
Tracy says she's in Youngstown.
Youngstown. Hi, Tracy. So all the Ohio people out there. OH. That's like a really something you have to grow up in the area to understand that. I went to the Ohio State University and grew up in Columbus, and they're quite fanatic about sports there. So if you're an Ohio State University sports fan, the chant is OH, and then somebody responds IO. So if you're from Ohio, you understand what that means.
We didn't get an IO in the comments there.
So yes, hopefully oh my, I must have scabbed. I got a scab. Oops, sorry. Don't touch anything.
Like
Don't put my hand in the cage.
He's really focused on you now.
Yeah,
You
probably could smell it. Yeah. So interestingly, just now I was rubbing my elbow, and evidently I must have had a scab or something that, but I think Cyrus can smell it. It's like, oh de Lisa, huh?
Now you're talking.
Don't lick your chops at me. Yeah, you have to remember that the cats, every sense that they have, smell, sight, hearing, is far beyond what we have or what we use. Probably at some point in our evolution we had those things as well, probably not still as strong as cats, but unfortunately as we've gone further and relied more and more on tools and machines and kind of pulled away from using our senses, I think if you don't use things, they tend to disappear. So
Use it or lose
yeah.
it, I think.
All right, everybody. Well, I think I probably should go clean up and put a Band-Aid on. And don't get excited in there, you. All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for joining us today. And hopefully you'll all make the call of the wild or spread the word to others who don't know about that yet. And I want you to have a perfectly awesome weekend. And I will see you all Sunday.
Bye.
Bye.